And all of you come back and you're like, wow, this is amazing, right?
Okay, I'm sorry, I cannot contain myself. We had our first family dinner after UPW on Sunday, and it was f***ing exquisite. Woo! Okay? Sorry, I know.
Oh, listen, who's
Where's my
saying
jar?
something?
Where's my jar? So I cannot tell you. So we've been having the Facebook group in the mornings, and everybody's been priming and sharing and their challenges and everything. I have 3 of my children that gave up nicotine and are continued to be off of it. They gave it up on UPW and they are done. It's gone. I had an alcoholic that has been sober for 21 days. And I had one who was dabbling in other things, and he's not doing that anymore. So, that's awesome. We've had freedom, and it was just unbelievable. We literally, so we did highs, lows, and in your low, what's the gift in your low? And I have to tell you, it is a different way of being. I had children that said when they went back to their lives that people thought that they had taken something, or they just couldn't believe the shift. So it's real. It's real. So that was phenomenal. And then I can tell you that I had one of the most challenging deals of my career. I literally had 2 people so pissed off, thought that they were shady MFs on each side. And I'm sitting in the middle going, I've got to get, my clients have to have this place, and she needs to sell it. And I just breathed, and I used the emotional intelligence, and we got signed around on that 1.6 this morning. So it's not just an exquisite way to be as a human, but it can transform your family. So.
Okay,
Thank you.
Don't take off. First of all, I'm not grateful for the fact that I had a really good story to share. And I can't top that, so I'm not so grateful. No, but literally, like, I have so many people that do Unleash the Power Within, Date with Destiny, do personal development, right? People within this organization that have such a shift, right? Have such a shift in their mindset, and they start practicing the ability to see opportunity where it didn't once exist, right? I shared last week that for most Americans, about 80+% of Americans, when you study their psychology, they default pessimistic or negative. What pessimistic means in Latin is generally they often only see the negative, or they only see the worst option available to them. In Latin, pessimistic, that's the translation, right? Optimistic means they generally see all of the available options, or many more of the available options in front of them available to them. So literally, this stuff that you're talking about works if you use it, right? And so that's a big frustration, right? People come in and they're like, oh my gosh, I want my family to do this. I want my kids to do this. I want my neighbors to do this. I want my fellow agents to do this, right? No amount of you wanting it for them is going to make the difference. Absolutely. So what do you do, right? What do you do? Adam mentioned here when you talked about that you had several family members that have quit drinking. You have a family member that's off drugs. You've got a family member that's dabbling in something. I'm going to ask you about it later. But what made the difference for them? Unleash the Power Within, immersing yourself in personal development, has you take a look at your life and what's working and what's not working. No judgment, but there are certain behaviors and habits and patterns that we have that are actually tripping you up from actually accomplishing what you most want to accomplish in life. There are behaviors, habits, and actions that are tripping you up.
Tell me, what's your most destructive or limiting belief?
I cannot be everything that I want to be because I am a girl.
What's the truth?
I can do anything.
Give her a hand for that, ladies and gentlemen. You want to change your life? You want to get out of suffering? Trade your expectations for appreciation, and your whole life will change in that moment. Because the minute you start to appreciate, suffering ends. The only way out of suffering is to start appreciating what is there.
Immersing yourself in the kind of environment right? 4 days of an immersion event allows you the time and the space to actually look at and come to grips. And what Adam said, decide. You know, drug addiction specialists can actually predict when someone will get off of heroin, methamphetamines. Doctors who help people get off of their addiction to nicotine can predict when it'll happen. You know when it happens for people? When they decide. That's the moment that it happens. When they decide, not another minute, not another day, not another hour, this is it. That's when there's a high percentage of reliability that they're going to break that habit, break that pattern, right? So that's what happened for your family. But let's rewind just a little bit and look at what it took to get them there. There's no way. If you cry, I'm gonna cry. So keep it together, okay? We've had this conversation. Keep it together. I'm a weeper, okay? The reason you got nearly your entire family to come to your home and spend 4 days, I'm sure none of them have busy lives.
Oh,
None of them probably have jobs they had to take time off for.
None of
them had to fly from Hawaii.
Not only do they have jobs, but they have to have every dollar from the job. So to ask them to take days off was like they just, how?
So I want you guys to really listen. Those of you who have approached me like, oh my God, I desperately want my spouse. I desperately want my family members, my brother, my sister. I desperately want my peers in this office to just do this. Just get over themselves, get over their fear of the unknown, get over their uncertainty, and just do this, right? And I tell them the same thing that I'm going to acknowledge you for. The reason you had every bit of your family make Herculean efforts to be there in your home and with you, immerse themselves in 4 days of really looking at their lives, is you. And it's not what you did, it's not what you told them to do, it's not what you said. You did Date with Destiny last year.
I've done it twice.
They've been watching you.
They have, absolutely.
Because
and
by default,
Will and Emily.
And Emily, right? Mm-hmm. By default, we tend to lean negative. Americans tend to lean pessimistic. So after she did Date with Destiny and Unleash the Power Within, and all of you come back and you're like, wow, this is amazing, right? And how do people observe you? Yeah.
You drank the Kool-Aid.
Let's see if this shit is real, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if this shit is real. And then here's what happens. For some of you, a small percentage, about 15, 20%, you take it on. You do your daily gratitudes, right? You start interrupting the pattern of negativity. Something happens, and you go, oh, this kind of client, and you go, whoa. I'm going to interrupt that line of thinking. I've got it within me to handle their challenges. I've got it within me to handle their roller coaster of emotions. I am enough.
They're leaders, not followers. Everybody else is bullying. They stand up and go, this is not right. That's what makes you a leader. You're not a leader because other people follow you. You're a leader because you won't settle for less than you can do, be, share, create, or give. You're a leader when you won't settle. Beautiful leaders.
Some of you, you're daily practicing.
Oh, man.
Right? That transaction that you had could have been a shit show, would have been very easy. Most people would have went, ha.
I said it was on life support. Like, I was like, this is not pulling out. They hate each other right now. And I'm just like, well, I need to get in a room with them. And I'm like, well, we're not going to do that.
Hey, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Right? You're leading by your actions. Your actions are becoming a rock, are becoming a highlight. Yours and Emily, right? I mean, I was talking to Emily and her husband at our home just the other day. I mean, to see their relationship reconnect and thrive and flourish, and see the two of them working at it together, and see the joy in their eyes, right? It's not lost on your family members, on your peers, on your neighbors, in your community.
And we had the conversation in our family because some of them went back and they really wanted it for their family. And I said, look, you're just going to have to live it. It might take a year, but they're going to see that you had a shift and your life is in a way better place than it's ever been, and you're freer than you've ever been, and you are grateful and living an exquisite life. And I said, and it's contagious.
Yep.
So
congratulations. Give her
thank
a big
you.
So proud of you.
What if you raised your standard for playfulness, for energy, for vitality? What if instead of just walking through life, you dance through it? You laughed through it. You celebrated through it. This is a new beginning for your life. This is taking your standard to a new level. This is embodying it at a whole new level. It's all happening for us, my friend, not to us. This is you unleashed.